फ्रेंड्स, हमें कुछ सजेशंस मिली हैं स्पेशली स्टूडेंट्स ने ये आग्रह किया है कि जो भी कुछ हम दे रहे हैं स्लाइड्स के माध्यम से उनको मटेरियल मिल रहा है, स्टडी नोट्स मिल रहे हैं, किंतु साथ ही साथ जो हम एक्सप्लेन करते हैं तो उनका ये आग्रह है कि हम इसको इंग्लिश में भी करें। तो कीपिंग इन व्यू दैट I would like to explain the entire material whatever I have discussed in Hindi in English also. So let's start. This is the session in which we are going to explain how the Central Consumer Protection Authority will act after receiving the complaint from any complainant. So once a complaint is received by the authority, what authority has to do? Authority has to first see whether there is any prima facie case against that particular businessman or service provider or producer or whatever product, whatever the situation is. First they have to check whether there is a prima facie case. So when I told you about this very issue in my previous sessions also, that for making the prima facie case, at least certain things should be there on the basis of which authority has to make a move ahead for investigation the things. For that purpose, that particular complainant can also be called and to explain as to why his complaint should be entertained and why the entire machinery should be brought in operation to go to investigation. In that case, I told you earlier also that it's not necessary that complainant should fall in the definition of consumer as per the Consumer Protection Act defined in section 2, because that section says that consumer has to purchase certain things by making payment. But before the authority, when you make complaint, it is not necessary that you should have made the payment. But it's very reasonable and logical that if you have not paid the consideration, you have not made the purchased the item, somebody has definitely purchased it, somebody has definitely asked for the services and they were found deficient. So you have to see to it that there is a sufficient cause that you are making a complaint, either some proof or some 2, 3 or more consumers should make a complaint. They should say authentically that this is what was happening and how they have made observation. So this is very important point, because prima facie case will be made only after authority is satisfied that yes, there is a complaint. After that, authority can send the matter to the concerned regulatory authority, I mean on the basis of subject for which you have made the complaint. Like if you have made a complaint against any builder, so authority may refer the matter to RERA to investigate. If you have made a complaint against a doctor, it may refer to the medical association. If you have made a complaint against any food item, etc., it can refer the matter to food safety and authority at all, etc. So this way, different regulatory authorities are working in the country. So authority can refer the matter to particular authority and they will make investigation, and after investigation they can send the report to authority. It's not that only that regulatory authority has to investigate. Finding will come to the authority, and in authority will also recheck it, review it and find it if there is some prima facie case or there is some material on record that particular enterprise or particular businessman or particular producer, manufacturer was indulging into the unfair trade practices or doing something wrong or something against the fundamental rights of consumers. So the basic concept is that authority has to safeguard the rights of consumers in every manner. So if there is a finding that there is some real cause to go to investigation or real cause to penalize the person, penalty can be imposed upon that particular person against whom the complaint has been made. Now, what will be the penalty against products or against unfair trade practices or unfair or misleading ads? For all the things, parameter is that person should be called and opportunity to be heard should be given. he should be given show cause notice. He must come and explain and justify that the complaint was malified or not correct. If even then authority finds that there is really a cause and there is really a case, penalty can be imposed upon on the product seller. Penalty can be in first case if something is found wrong, can be ordered to replace the items, withdraw the item from the market if there is a manufacturing defect, and to make the payment back to the consumers, to rectify the defect, or take back the item and pay back the amount already charged for it. This is actually for number of consumers, not for one consumer. So consumers at large, they are benefited by this investigation, and this penalty has to be paid to the authority under Consumer Welfare Fund, because it's for the benefit of and for the utilization of number of consumers whosoever needs help from the authority, from that fund. In case this act is repeated by the same enterprises, the amount for penalty in the next time will be same, will be with the misleading ads also, and the same will be those who are indulging into unfair trade practice. Now the question is how the penalty can be calculated. Penalty can be calculated on the basis of how many consumers are deprived of, how many consumers are affected, in which area that particular unfair trade practices has been going on, and in which particular area some advertisement was given and how many people were affected. On the basis of the fact how many consumers are affected by that, penalty will be imposed accordingly. Now next question comes, in some matters which are very serious in nature, in that case authority has got the right to call the books, accounts, products and everything related to the business before the authority to check it, to investigate it in deeply. And in that case books and accounts and other things and even premises can be seized also. Either they can be checked and returned back or can be seized. This is the power given to the authority to do so, although authority has to inform about it to National Consumer and Dispute Redressal Commission also, that particular enterprise, premises of particular enterprise has been seized and account books have been called and explanation is sought. This is also the power to the authority. To friends, looking into the entire affair, you rest assured that in future, after this act has come into force, businessmen or big business houses will not be able to afford to indulge into unfair trade practices or mislead you or give you false information, or even they cannot give you wrong product without testing. And in this act, as you understand, that there is a express warranty. Once the item has been sold, it bears with it express warranty, whether you have got warranty card with you or not. There is absolutely no need, because warranty is inbuilt or express. You can always complain for the product, and this is the place and this is the platform you are getting. You can complain to the authority. It will not benefit only a single consumer, it will be benefiting to consumers at large. Class action can be taken. And even after this order, if somebody is not satisfied and wants to move the court, they have the right to file an appeal before the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission, where the judicial order will be passed after looking into the whole affair. So friends, this is what now we have explained. This is part 2, where we have explained how the authority will take up the matter and how they will decide, how penalty will be imposed upon, and how the things will be rectified, and what will be the outcome of your complaints. So be with us, friends. If you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it. Share our videos maximum to your friends and others, so that they are also, so that large number of people are benefited by that. We'll come back to you again with the next issue. Thank you very much.